What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Marketing with N-Dub, where I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and I'm excited to chop it up with you today. Today, for episode 171, I want to talk about something that's, not very bad. And for those that are watching me, I should get, let me turn on the light so you can see me. How's that? Hey, what's up? Episode 171, game over for Stitcher. This is interesting, and why I wanted to talk about it for several different reasons because, hold on. I'm not going to forget my first-time listeners. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining the show today. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. If you enjoy the show, please download and subscribe to the show on a regular basis. And if you want to be extra generous, please leave a rating and a review. I greatly appreciate you. And for those that do leave a review, like my person Ram Us 129 did it on July 31st, 2023. Thank you. He says it's a great listen. Nathan's positive energy is infectious, always a fun listen, and very informative. Again, thank you very much, Ramus129 or Ramus129. However you would pronounce that. I just want to say thank you for leaving a review. I appreciate you. If y'all leave a review, I'll put it out there. We are at number 20, and I didn't say that back in July or August because I was just ahead so far. I didn't get a chance to do that. So my apologies to you, and I will make sure I get it. Whoever leaves the next review, I'll make sure I say a couple of podcasts, which you see it here on 170. You're going to see it at 171. Or excuse me, I should say this 171. You got it on 172. It's going to show up on 173 too for Rama. So I appreciate you. For all my worldwide listeners that's been rocking with me, thank you very much for showing up once again, giving me the love, downloading, subscribing. You make this happen, which leads me to this show, this podcast. And yes, we're 2 minutes into it. We're not going to be very long into it after I get with my introductions, right? This is a big deal. When I saw this Stitcher farewell, I was like, wow, like this is pretty big, like really big. Now, they were acquired by SiriusXM. When I saw this, they really didn't give, like this was a notification that was sent to me. As you're listening to this in mid-September, I found out about it in mid-August because they were closing on the 29th of August. Now, the way they went about it, I thought it was fine. I don't use Stitcher. As in where I record on it, but I push it out for a channel. And why am I telling you this is because, as I tell you all the time, you have to have a funnel. And in the funnel, in that first part of the funnel, which is depending on what type of funnel you subscribe to, right? There is the first part of the funnel, which we've already talked about. The top of the funnel is where you build people's knowledge of who you are. You are building your brand with what you stand for. People are getting to know you, and sometimes they're getting to know you without even getting to know you as in talking to you. So this is where they're trying to find out who you are and what you do. And Stitcher was that way for me, for those that listen to Stitcher through my podcast. I understand to get people from the top to the bottom of my funnel, I have to say things that make sense to them. And not everything will make sense to people because also not everyone's my client. I don't want everyone as my client. Sure, I want a lot of customers, but I want the right customers. I want the right clients. Podcast gives me that ability to share this information with those that are looking for a marketing consulting agency that specializes in branding, or if they need a website, if they need business acumen coaching, or business development coaching, because they need someone with some business acumen so where they don't have to make the same mistakes. This is what I put this out for, to share to share the knowledge that I know with people that could potentially be someone that I work for and help them in their idea, their company, their organization, their business, their goals. There could be BHAG, their big, hairy, audacious goal, right? That's why I do this podcast. And it's really hard to continue to put out a weekly podcast, and which is why I've never monetized this. But I'm telling you this because the things that you do, if I was recording this podcast on Stitcher, I would be heartbroken, right? So the things that you do shouldn't be contingent upon like me recording this podcast, not on Stitcher. I'm recording this on another platform, but I've learn how to record a podcast no matter where I go, because I know how to record using the equipment from trial and error to give out this information for free, even though it costs me money, it costs me time. I've had to take classes on it. I've had to go to the audio stores more than once, quite a few times. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you the countless of hours I've spent in learning about mics and boards and Adobe Audition, learning even the giant Apple podcast, which I've talked about. Hold on, I gotta find this episode. It was in episode 118. I was like, where's Apple going to take podcasts? Because they don't charge for it, right? So in this Stitcher going away, they even said for those that, hey, I have all these podcasts, where do I send it to? Well, they point people to the iOS, which is Apple. Apple is like the 90%, if not more. And I don't have all the data because I'm not trying to talk about that. What I wanted to tell you is on my side, and for you out there, I am no different than you. I still have to put out material, promotional material. It could be, and I say promotion as in I am trying to engage with someone to do something immediately, if not short term, to the branding piece. It's the long term. This is where eventually they will engage. The podcast is not just for me to make a buck. I have not made any money. I this is a negative red business model. Okay. Not to say I couldn't make it in the black and I couldn't be profitable, but the way I want to do that is not what I want to do with my life or with my business or my time. That it doesn't bring me much joy. I love teaching, and the way I can teach and to those that listen is through the podcast. And I have to choose the different channels in order to get this set up to get it to people. Because when as I told you before, but every time I thought, I was like, man, I'm done, right? One of you will call me or they send me a message, stop me in a hallway and say, hey, I listened to your show. Thank you so much. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, okay. I just love helping people in the way I wasn't helped when I was first starting my company. It was so annoying, right? Because I'm like, how come you can't tell me what to do? You're going to send me to this other person, blah, 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 blah. So this Stitcher is a big deal because there's a lot of companies right now, or excuse me, a lot of individuals who was using Stitcher, and they were bought by Sirius XM radio, right? The super Juggernaut that you go into your car and you get that all set up, and they're going away. And so this is what I wanted to share with you all was, in your funnel, you're gonna always have to find new ways and new channels to use. Stitcher is going away. That doesn't mean my podcast is going away. Just like if one of your channels goes away, doesn't mean what you give out for free shouldn't go away. You should still give out something that will be valuable. And in that value, you will find and help build your clientele and your bench for that, and will build your funnel from the top to the bottom to where it still works. It's just you have to adjust and make those changes. And this Stitcher that is going away, I feel really bad for those people that really relied on Stitcher to help guide them. And unfortunately, they're no longer there. On a brighter note, there's other companies that can help you with that. I'm not promoting that because I'm not trying. One, they're not paying me, first and foremost. But second, that's not what I'm here for. I want to let you all know that even with me, I have to continue to adjust, change, learn, grow, develop, because that's absolutely paramount. Absolutely paramount. So, y'all, if you don't already have a funnel, if you are not doing the things you're supposed to do for your own marketing strategy, y'all, just come holler at your boy. For real. For real. Just come holler at your boy. But if you don't want my help, find somebody else's help. Or if you're scared to come to me, just don't do this by yourself. You don't have to do this by yourself, because this is a hard road. And sometimes when you think you got it drilled in, like, hey, I got Stitcher, right? No, it's not. I got to go over here now. So y'all, make sure you get some help. Please don't try to do this by yourself. When you look at these professional teams, they have 20, 30 coaches. Come on now. Like, why do you think like they're like millions and billions of dollars? So don't think that you shouldn't need help, or you don't need help to grow and scale. You do. All right. So with that, you heard it first here. If you enjoy the show, okay, if you got something from it, please leave a review. Please help a brother out, because when you leave a review, that then increases our clout, so where more people can get it in their feeds that can help them, and hopefully they won't make the same mistakes that I made, because that was the biggest thing of why I started this podcast, because I didn't want people to make the mistakes that I had to learn the hard way, that took time and money, and those are two things that we can't get back sometimes. Definitely time. Money, yeah, you can, depending on whether or not how much you spent. All right, y'all. I wish y'all nothing but the best. So until next time, dream big and Godspeed.